We're going to start by showing you two different ways of moving your bust dart to the shoulder. The first is called the pivot method. To pivot a dart, first decide where you want to pivot the dart to. In this case, we're going to move it up to the shoulder, right about here. So make a mark on your sloper where you're going to move the dart to. Then start tracing off your sloper. Begin at your design point, go up the shoulder, around the neckline, down center front, across the waistline, marking in your waist dart, and then continue up the side seam until you reach the lower leg of the bust dart. Make a mark here, and then putting your pencil in the bust point hole that you made earlier, pivot your pattern so that the mark you made lines up with the top leg of the bust dart. Then continue tracing around the pattern until you reach your original design mark. Make a knot there. To determine where your dart point will be, use the radius marked around the bust point as a guide and measure up about that far. Then draw in your new dart legs. And draw in the legs of the waist dart. As a finishing touch, go back and add your armhole notch. Now, because this is a pattern exercise, we're not going to add seam allowance at this point. So go ahead and start cutting it out. When you reach the shoulder, cut generously across the top and continue cutting around the piece. To determine the shape of my dart tips, I'm going to fold my pattern along the line closest to center front, and then fold it back over to the other side of the dart. Then, take your scissors and simply cut along the shoulder line. This will give you a perfectly shaped dart tip every time. Another way to move the bust dart to the shoulder is to use the slash method. In this case, we're still going to use the same design line, but we're going to start by tracing around the entire sloper. As a final step, mark in your bust point and the tip of your waist dart, as well as the armhole notch. Next, you're going to extend the lower leg of the bust dart all the way to the bust point. And then you're also going to draw in a line from your design point all the way down to the bust point. Cut out your pattern, and then using your scissors, carefully cut along both of the lines you've drawn, almost to the bust point, but not quite cutting through it. Pivot your bust dart close by bringing the slashed line and matching it up to the upper line of the bust dart. Secure it with a piece of tape. This will also open up your shoulder dart. Fill in your new dart with a piece of scrap paper. And then, using the radius marked on your sloper as a guideline, determine your new dart point. Draw in your dart legs to finish the dart. Fold your dart and trim away the extra to get the exact dart tails you need, and then finish your pattern by drawing in the waist dart. As you can see, the pivot method and the slash method both yield the same results. Which one you use is just a matter of preference. Now that you have both these exercises finished, find the appropriate pages and mount them in your Design Academy notebook.